Hello, everyone. I was starting my timer so I know where I'm at. Marty Chinesky here for Local Sports Wrap Up, along with my good buddy Ken Brown, and we are your hosts of the Local Sports Wrap Up. Today is Monday, the 26th of February, my birthday month.
All right.
26. Let's go. How was your week, sir?
Man, great weekend. A lot of volleyball. Pulled a shift in Brighton.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my baby girl's playing volleyball. So we spent 8 hours in Brighton on Saturday.
That's always fun.
It's always good, and they did really well. So I was proud to be
It's
there.
only an hour out there, maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah, be there by 7. It's all good.
a.m.?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, what about you?
I spent it in a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Get this, I had to bowl Thursday night for my league. They needed a sub. And Friday morning, we were up and at 'em, had breakfast with the team. We were at Score Lanes by 9 o'clock. We were there most of the day till like 3. Right back at it Saturday at Score Lanes again for the singles, the individuals. And that lasted, we had the late squad, so we had the noon start, which got us on the lanes about 1 because the boys were slow. And I was there till about 5. And then turned around, had to be at Score Lane Sunday morning to bowl in my trio league because I couldn't talk my daughter into bowling. Yeah. And then Sunday afternoon, I get to the bowling league in the morning. They're like, we need a guy for the over 50 squad over at Belmar, man. Can you bowl? I said, I don't want to bowl. Oh, come on, we need a guy. Come on, we need a guy. So I went and bowled like crap. But yeah, all I do is live in bowling alleys.
Yeah, so 4 days in a row.
I'm telling you, that's 4 too many.
That's good.
Not really. But we could start with bowling.
That's
Want
where
to
we
start with
should.
bowling because we did have regionals and we had good representation. Wyandotte had a couple of individual kids make it in. I hope the pictures are ready. Our first will go with the girls. Megan Murray, one of my girls. So we'll start with Tommy Bain. Tommy Bain there. He was, I got to flip the page here, but he was second overall for the individuals in the Wyandotte role in the regionals there. He had a score of 13-13, which I believe Miss Caroline says averages out to 218 a game.
That's a good game.
He was gunning. When I got there, he was in second, all by himself. And the kid that led it shot 1480, almost 1500.
Yeah.
I mean, he was averaging 240.
Yeah.
But Tommy bowled great. He represented the Wyandotte Bears well. We had a little help. Top 7 go on. And Jordan Bryson from Gibraltar Carlson and Ethan Jackson of Taylor were the other two at 5 and 6, respectively.
Yeah. Looked like Tommy Bain. They made a Belleville sandwich out of him. He came in second, but their Belleville's in first and third.
And for the team, Belleville won the team event the day before, and Taylor finished second. Our Wyandotte boys didn't have a good day. They finished 7th
Okay.
in that thing. But we did have a couple of Wyandotte boys in the top 20 over there.
Dominic Boznowski, 12th grader. He got 11.0. Looks like he got 11.05.
18, yeah.
That's not bad. He came in 18th.
And Jack Murray finished 22nd. So, they were both about 100 pins out the mix. But when you divide that into 6 games, it's like a mark. It's like a double. It's like a strike carry in that, didn't carry before. On the girls' side, Megan, 9th grader Megan.
Wow.
Yeah, short little thing. Throws
Yeah.
the bowling ball great. She finished 4th in our region. And the girls' scores were a lot lower. It took 163 to make the cut at the 7th spot, 163 average. On the boys' side, it took about 190 to make the cut there. Megan bowled great. I thought she had a career high 207 game. Her highest before that was 199.
Okay.
But then she followed it up with 128, and I thought she shot herself out of it. But then the next game, she was in 7th going into the last game, and she shot 190 and jumped up to 4th.
That's good.
It was great.
You know what I noticed, Megan, there's only 2 9th graders that were even in the top 14.
It's very difficult to get a 9th grader in the mix. Angelita got in as a 9th grader. She was the last one.
Okay.
Because Alicia, when she was a good bowler, she didn't make it. Julia didn't make it. She was like 15th when they were taking 10.
Yeah.
Now they're only taking 7. But we had some representation there.
Yeah. Ellie, Ellie Burger, she was 10th grader, and she got 10th place.
Yeah, 40 pins out of the mix. Missed a couple of spares. Threw the ball good, though, for 6 games. What a competitor. No wonder they like her on the softball field, because this girl was just intense the whole 6 games. Me and you would have blew a blood vessel out with as much intensity as she was.
The good news is Wyandotte Lady Bears bowling team has 2 underclassmen that are coming back for a couple years. You know, you can rest on Megan and Ellie going over the next couple years. You're feeling pretty good about
And
your
I
chances.
do also get probably the best bowler in the lower state of Michigan coming up as a 9th grader next year.
Okay.
Whose grandpa owns Belmar Lanes.
Okay.
She knows how to throw a bowling ball. Keegan McLean.
Okay.
We'll be looking forward to you, Keegan.
Yep. Brooklyn Forster came in 21st.
Last year's qualifier
Yeah.
for us.
And she did really well as a senior. Came in with an 896, a little under 100 pins under.
Yeah, I missed, she was just averaging 150 all day. And she needed another carry or another spare each game, and she'd have been in. But it just wasn't in the cards. And then Lauren, my other senior, the track star, the cross-country runner.
Lauren Moreno, she comes in at 879, finishing 26th place. So nothing to sneeze at, especially with a house full of ladies bowling that day.
And the Downriver League was represented well. We had 4 spots in the top 7.
Yeah, you had the winner was Brianna Peters, 1123 from Lincoln Park. She was first. We talked about Miss Murray. She came in 4th. Then you also had Kirsten Farkas from Woodhaven, who came in 5th, and then Lily Adams out of Taylor came in 6th.
And if you look at that list of the top 7, even the top, like you say, the top 14, there's no other 9th graders in that list except Megan. So I'm looking good. A funny story about Meg. She really didn't want to bowl. She didn't want to bowl. She plays softball, but her brother bowls. And the parents were like, no, you're going to do something. You're going to come out for the bowling team. And she was like, all right, And then as it moved on, as we got started, and the competitiveness got into her, and she enjoys it. Quiet girl, doesn't say a whole lot, but you know what? She competes.
So did she already have the magic touch?
Yeah, good form.
Okay.
Real good form. Parents, obviously, they go bowling, a lot. But obviously, they take their kids out a lot, because I remember running into them in like at Thunderbowl and stuff when they were just bowling, and he had told me, "Oh, you're going to have her like in 2 years," he said. So on the Division II, we've just got a couple of things to touch up on the Downriver thing. Their region at Oak Lanes, Divine Child won their division. They're moving on to the state finals as a team, and so is New Boston Huron. Those are our 2 local teams that made it in the girls' side. And Divine Child had Natalie Palmer qualify, and really no one else from Downriver. New Boston had a couple girls, Addison Donick, Olivia Demick, and Veronica Richardson. Other than that, the highest Downriver League girl is Madison Marquis, 12th grader for Southgate. It was the highest finisher we had from our league.
Yeah. She was only 26 pins off of the.
Was she?
Yeah, she's only 26 pins from 7th.
That's carrying a strike. Getting a double. That's all that is. It's hard to look back. On the boys' side, New Boston Huron, top team. Riverview and Allen Park didn't make the cut. They were 4 and 5. And the only Downriver kid to make the cut on the boys' Division II, Maverick Markham from Riverview, a 10th grader. That mix has a few ninth graders in it. But the highest kid from the Downriver League was also 9th, Caden Bowes from Southgate.
Yeah. No, I like it. Maverick's a beautiful bowling name, I think. He's the Maverick.
How are Lady Bears and Boys Bears in basketball? We got any quickies there? I don't know. Their
Well,
stuff's starting in a little bit.
Yeah, well, the
Districts
boys started today, and those results are already in. They came in today in their district game against Southgate. It was at 4:30 in Allen Park, and unfortunately for the Bears, the results are in, and Southgate wins 73-58. So I'm pretty sure that's going to eliminate the Bears if it was really districts.
Yeah, one and done
Yeah.
with that. On the girls' side, they're probably just getting ready to start.
Yeah.
The wrestling time, we had a bunch of regionals in bowling, and then we had regionals in wrestling.
Yeah.
And we could start with, we have a lot of downriver kids to talk about in wrestling here. Jason Clark's the first one at 106 pounds, and he won his division and is moving on to the state finals in Division I. 3 matches in a row, 2 by fall, and then points, 6-5 decision in the final.
Yeah. Jason Clark started the day off 37-3.
Oh.
So he was definitely, he went up against Jacob Bussey first, who was 22-13, and Jason commanded his post at 37-3 and went on for 3 wins in a row. And that state championship for the 106-pounders down at Fort Field. As
Yes.
all of them are. But,
Yes, next weekend. They're going to be probably Friday, Saturday, down at Ford Field. And I'll say this about Mr. Clark. I'm looking at this. We're learning as we go. They put you against, he was like a 1 seed almost, because there was a guy at 41-6, and then you don't play as solid a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They kind of seed you according to your record.
Which is fair. Should
Very
be.
fair. If
Yeah.
you're undefeated, you should not be playing someone else undefeated till the finals.
Yeah. There was no downriver representation
In 113.
In 113, and what kind of answers our question from last week. I think it was 15 people that had made it from Detroit Catholic Central, and you're right, Coach. They end up playing each other. If you see in this 113, in those finals to get to the state final, it was Detroit Catholic Central versus Detroit Catholic Central, and the winner was Detroit Catholic Central. Imagine that. Less.
And they take the top
Please.
4 from each division, each bracket that we're showing here. And so when you get in the loser's bracket, you keep going until the final match, and both of you are going regardless.
Yeah.
So you could technically have 4 from each division, but no wrestling team would have that representing. But so both the kids are making it next week from DC in the 113.
Yeah, and they both had good years. Wyatt Lees ended up winning the 113, and he was 43-5 to start. And then the kid Jameson Gregory, who he ended up playing, was 36-6. So they had good teams. So they had a good showing.
Do the 120s?
Yeah, 120.
Santana Ramon. He, Allen Park, he's won again. If that's not Allegheny and it is Allen Park, we're going to double check that.
Yeah,
But
but-
that's okay. He was 38-4 on the season, 12th grader, and he rolled. He rolled through each one of his matches. You know, he won 8-3, he won 6-5, he won 10-6.
Now in 126, Leon from Dearborn, who started the day at 43-8. He's a really good wrestler. He won the first one, 16-7, and then he lost, right? So then he went to the losers bracket, kind of how you mentioned, Coach, and then he won. He beat a kid from Belleville, and then he beat a kid, then he lost to a kid from Burwood or wherever the
But that
case
put
may
him
be.
fourth.
Yeah, it made him fourth, so he'll still qualify.
And that 126 weight class, that's my weight boxed. Just for the record. It is anyway. It is
all right.
today.
Yeah, I got you.
And nobody they're representing from the 132-pound weight class in the downriver area. Out of any, there is an Etzel Ford kid. Oh, yeah, he finished second. I
Jaber?
missed him. Isn't that Etzel at the bottom?
Yeah,
That's all?
Jebber. Yeah, Jebber. Yeah, he was 40-4 going into it. He ended up.
Ali Jabar.
Yeah. So he'll advance on. He did lose to the guy from Livonia Franklin, DePino. So 132. But you know the pride of Wyandotte High is 138.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got Gabe Gibbons, who was 47-4, starting the day off. And he went against a kid from Franklin that was 19-10. He won that match. And then he won the next round.
Kid from Temperance.
Yep. He beat a kid from Temperance, and that's a fall, so that probably means a pen, right?
Yes.
Then he won again against a kid from Saline. And then he won the whole thing, 138, Gabe Gibbons.
And he got 3 falls, pinned 3 times, you got to figure.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Gibbons is going to be seated number 1 next week.
Yeah, down
In
at
the
Ford
state-
Field.
down at-
Congratulations, Gabe. Way to go. Way to represent. 138.
138 pounds, the pride of Wyandotte.
That's right. That was me in 6th grade.
138?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, half of you. And the 144s, got a couple of kids from Woodhaven representing in Dearborn, but nobody really. Well, here's Brandt, Reese Brandt. He finished 4th. So Woodhaven kid Reese Brandt in 144 weight class is moving on.
All right.
His family will be at Ford Field next week.
Right. Now, 150, 150 pound, starting the day was Nolan Allman, who's 22-16. He beat the kid that was over him, 34-12, a kid out of Northwood maybe, or North something. But anyway, he beat that kid. Yep. Northville, probably. So Allman beat him, and then he beat another kid, and then he won by a decision. Did he make the top 4?
No, sir.
Ah.
It's 1 round away.
He's 1 round away, lost 5-2. Allman loses at 150 pounds.
What do we got at 157 here? I don't see any downriver kids.
No, Edsel Ford got into the Final 4 with Alotby in the right before the 3rd.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So he's 4th.
yeah.
Guess who won that division?
Detroit Catholic Central.
Very good. Very good. Their odds are like, minus 500. Let's talk about Zachary Taylor. Zachary Taylor's from Jewel Bralter Carlson. He is 49-0 in the 165-pound weight class.
Wow.
And Mr. Taylor, he's rolling today. He won the first match. What does it say? It was there's nothing.
Technical fall, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
2 minutes in, and then he. That's when I think a technical fall is when you like hurt them,
Yeah,
and then the kid doesn't want to go anymore. He's like, Uncle.
No mas, right,
Yes,
right.
yes,
Roberto
Uncle.
Duran, I got
That's
you.
what I think. Then he took care of a Plymouth kid, a decision, 4-3. And then he had a decision against, that was the Plymouth kid. He won it.
10-3.
10-3.
Wow.
So he was dominating. And I think Allen Park kid, Yassine Jabbar, he was 4th in that same division. Good thing he didn't draw Mr. Taylor.
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor, Zachary, good luck, 49-0.
Yeah.
And now it increases because he beat what, 1, 2, 3 guys.
Yeah, 52-0, and he
52-0.
goes to Ford Field.
Yes, he does.
Gotta love it. 175 pounds is next. Kid Griffin Allwell, 34-11 from Allen Park. He lost 1, but then he won 2, then he won 3, so he came in 4th place. He was 1 win shy.
He still goes. So.
The 4th place goes. He didn't win the 3rd place game though.
He lost his first match against a kid that was 30-13, and then won the next 3. Good for him. Won the next 2.
No.
So you can go 500 in that tournament and still move on.
Okay.
That's because he lost, got thrown in the loser's bracket, won twice, and then lost the consolation match, which still you move on. So I guess it's all the luck of the draw.
Definitely. Because the first guy that he lost to was from guess where? Detroit Catholic Central.
Yeah, but that kid didn't make it. He lost the next match, Mr. White.
You're right.
How about that? All right.
It's all
We're in the 190 pounds now. The bigger boys.
That's right.
They're almost catching up to me.
And you had a couple kids from downriver, but most notably Ben Dimmer from Wyandotte Roosevelt, who had a 27-26 record. He lost the first match to the kid from CC, who was 37-5, but then he went on to beat a kid from Northville, beat a kid from Livonia Stevenson.
And that's where it ends.
Yeah, and then it ends. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the kid from DC that beat him in a minute and 58 seconds. But yeah, he went on to win it.
Yeah, Freddie Krueger, I think is his name. Yeah, Krueger.
Lee
From
Krueger.
Detroit. See, yeah, he wins it all.
Comes like big time wrestling. He comes out with the claws.
Yeah, in
you
the
know?
sweater.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready. He's all set.
and a mask. Don't forget the mask.
Don't forget the mask.
Now we're getting to the big boys, and I will say this: we have good news for a couple of Wyandotte kids. Moving on.
Yeah. So Stephen Androni, we talked about him all season at 215. Came in at 31-5. Went up against a kid from Plymouth who was actually 45-4. Joe Portman. He beat Joe.
Nice.
And then he went on
8-0.
8-0. Did
8-0.
real good. Now, when I was a kid, the team that dominated in wrestling was Temperance Bedford, just to give a little history for Androni. So he ended up going against a kid Green from Temperance, and he loses. It looks like 8-0. So he was done with that.
Then he jumps over to the losers bracket, though.
Yep.
He takes care of a kid from Saline, Powell. Jericho Powell? Takes care of him 9-1, and then gets to play a kid from Plymouth again, Portman, who he had beat already, and Portman beats him. But it doesn't matter because you get in.
Yeah.
You get in. You top 4.
Yeah.
So maybe he was resting
Yeah.
because it says 5-0, and I'm sorry, he beat Mr. Portman 8-0.
Yeah.
So why risk it if you know you're in?
You're in, yeah.
Let the
Don't get
kid-
hurt, yeah.
don't get hurt.
We both go to Ford Field and see who's the best.
Right. I
Makes
think that's
sense.
really good. That's a good strategy. I
So
really do.
that's 2 Bears, right? You got the 138 pounds with Gibbons, and then you got Androni for 215 that makes it to down at Ford Field.
And we get to the big guy.
285.
And we like talking about Mr. Zach Allman.
He's got
Because
good.
we're thinking he plays guard or tackle on a football team.
We know he has good feet because he can wrestle.
right.
And he weighs 285 pounds. And he starts off the day against Ben Azuka from Detroit Catholic Central, who was 30-11. Mr. Ullman himself coming in at 25-9. And he loses, right? He loses, but he loses, what was the score? It was 6-2 or 5-1. I can't see
Yeah,
that
I
good.
can't tell.
Yeah, I got different eyes. Yeah, but anyway, Allman ended up winning the next round against a kid named Nathan Main. And then he beat a kid from Saline, Furlong, right?
Yeah.
And then he gets there,
Isaac Furlong.
and he goes all the way back to play Azuka, who had lost to the guy from Temperance.
And it's a 5-2 decision. But again, you're in.
It gets him to qualify for the States.
Right. He lost to him 6-2, then he lost to him 5-2. So Azuka didn't make it either, you know. And but you know, that's top 4. Top 4 move on.
Yeah. So him and Azuka make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both make it, yeah. And then there's a kid, Warman, who won the division from Livonia Stevenson. And he's 285, and he was the champ.
He's 42-0. Ricardo Warman.
Well, that's who they want to play.
That's who they're gonna play.
Yeah, that's who they're going to
Whether
play.
you like it or not, that's who they're gonna play. So next week, obviously, we got about 4 minutes here to kill. We will be talking about how our Bears did in both the bowling. I want to mention that the bowling is in Thunderbolt Lanes for Division 1, and I'm not sure where Division 2 is. I wanted to give a shout out just because I like her, and she's got another year, and that is Justin Krolak's daughter.
Okay.
because unfortunately she was 8th.
One off.
Yeah, and I think the magic number, Hannah, she was 7 pins out of the number and had a bad break. Like, she knew she was close. She hovered around 8 after a slow start for a long time. And then finally, that last game, she shot 161 and had a bad break in the 9th frame. Left a split on a pretty good hit. She just marks there. She's in. And she was in last year, but this was the first year Carlson was in our division. Justin coaches Woodhaven. He teaches in Woodhaven, but his kids go to Carlson.
Okay.
But he was the first year he got to watch his daughter bowl because they were kind of crossing with some Carlson kids. So Justin's working back and forth, you know. So it was just good that he got to watch his daughter bowl this time, but also heartbreaking that she didn't make it, you know. But anyway, the finals for the team events are Friday in the morning. And they'll put bleachers up in Thunderbolt and everything, and then they take the finals into the arena for, you know, showtime.
Okay.
And then singles will start bright and early, 8 o'clock in the morning probably, on Saturday. And I'll be there with Megan, and Jerry Sikora, who was in the picture, will be there with Tommy Bang.
Yeah. Hey, one other thing, and I know we only got a couple minutes. Wyandotte softball, for $50, 3rd through 8th graders can go to a youth camp, which will be March the 16th from 10 to 2. And that $50 will get you a T-shirt, drinks, and a snack provided. I'm pretty sure it's at the high school. My note doesn't tell me where it's at, but since it's Wyandotte softball, I'm pretty sure it's at the high school. And thanks to Coach Jacob for getting us that information. So they're having a softball camp for 3rd through 8th graders. It's March 16th, 10 to 2. Go out, get your softball instruction. Learn the fundamentals of the game.
Unless you're at a bowling tournament.
Yeah. It'll be March 16th. You got a couple weeks.
The other thing, they're still taking late registrations for the Wyandotte Braves. You can still register there. You know, you can always look them up. They have a Facebook page and a website.
I signed my kid up last night. I wondered, did we have to sign up because we played last year, and I thought you might just go to the same coach, but you get to request that coach.
Oh, okay. So they're not going to jump teams. They're going to make everybody. They'll probably keep a core, and each team's losing someone to the next division. They probably keep their core.
Okay.
I would think that's how we did it when I coached.
Makes sense.
When I had your kids, I had them for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't give them up.
That's right.
All right. So as we wrap up, you saw the numbers up there. Local Sports Wrap Up at gmail.com. Real simple to remember. Want to say hi, Mom? Ken, always a pleasure. We're going to do this on a Tuesday next week. Everybody take notes. Doing this on a Tuesday next week. And maybe we get, I ran into the Unified coach from Woodhaven, the basketball. And she says, we're going to get the Wyandotte Unified coach, and they're going to come on our show.
Good.
So I had a little fundraiser out in Woodhaven. I had to donate money. They're clients of mine. I had to go out there.
That's good.
And there might have been, there was fundraising involved. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
It was a nice party. I enjoyed it. And yeah, she might come on and talk to us.
Be great.
So as we wrap up, he's Ken. I'm Marty. Thanks for watching. We'll see everybody next week. Go Bears.